Alright lads, so Bleach Assault Residence is the newest Bleach mobile game, but with that there are a few things you have to keep in mind. Because it is a mobile game, it is also a gacha game. So for today's video, what we do have here is a whole new account just to quickly talk about some of the things that is worth buying in the shop as far as free-to-play players are concerned. And that includes the free items that you can get. We'll talk about that most importantly at the start. And then maybe some things that you might be interested in buying if you do want to spend a bit of money on this game. But remember, it is a gacha game, so do spend wisely. Don't spend what you have to. It's a free-to-play game. You do not need to spend money on this game. It's a story game. And even in the place where there are ranking systems, which we did talk about earlier today, you're not even that punished for being that low in the ranking. I've been playing this game for the last 2 years through the betas. At no point have I ever spent money, and I have enjoyed all my experiences throughout the last 2 years. So stay free to play if you want to. I almost encourage it. But if you do want to support the game and maybe put some money into it, we'll talk about what you can buy in the later half of the video. Because firstly, let's talk about, very light spenders and also more so in regards to the exchange shop. So for starters, most importantly, what we do get daily for free is 60 spiritual power. This is your stamina system. You are absolutely wasting it if you do not go ahead and claim it. Even if in a situation where in the future you're feeling super lazy, you don't really want to play the game at this moment, but you still want to maybe log in daily as not super fall behind. One fortunate thing that we do have actually in game is that your stamina system, right? So this is an account that I've yet to officially play. It's only like chapter 2. I just did a reroll for Banka Ichigo. And with that, I've not really played on the account, so therefore I've not really consumed much stamina, but we do have access to a stored spiritual power bank where you gain one every 12 minutes. And it can stack up to 1,000. So if you don't feel like playing the game, it's still worth picking up that 60% spiritual power daily. Even when your stamina is capped at its max, you're actually still gaining stamina or spiritual power every 12 minutes, which is actually really cool. Now, I'm sure this will change over time as we do get more systems in the game, more currencies, because that's kind of the standard when it comes to gacha games more so. But we did talk about it in a previous video. When it comes to spiritual jades, since they are actually present here, you should only ever spend spiritual jades on summon tickets. Don't pre-buy them. Like, personally for me, I would never come to this particular shop and buy like all of them right now. Only buy them when you need to, because you never know when you want to summon on a character banner or of course a stamp banner. You also can of course buy corridor keys, but you don't really need to do that, especially as a free-to-play. But after that, we do have the advanced ticket stub exchange. So I do want to briefly talk about this. So as you do summon characters, you will of course get this particular currency in the top right. And you can use this currency to exchange for gacha tickets, limited gacha tickets, and also duplicates of the 6 available SSRs in the default banner. An SSR duplicate does cost around 2,000, and a gacha ticket, regardless of the rarity or the banner, costs around 50, or 50 exactly. Now, the big question I have been seeing around the community is, what is worth buying? Should I be buying gacha tickets, or should I be buying duplicates for my characters? Now, in the potential chance, although it's unlikely because we would likely see it now with Ichigo, if in the future they start to offer limited character duplicates through this currency, I would definitely advise saving those up for limited characters. But again, because Ichigo is available right now, our first limited unit, and you can't buy his duplicates, I would personally recommend, although it is personal preference, to only use this currency to buy limited gacha tickets. Either or, you can do the character one or you can do the weapon one. In the case for a character like Yoruichi, because I do own it on this account, if I was to spend 2,000, it could get a duplicate, but those 2,000, even though it might take a while to save up, that is the equivalent of 40 gacha tickets. And me personally, I'd rather be halfway through a pity for the most part for a new character, a new limited character, than get a duplicate of a default unit that I might already have access to. Duplicates in this game I don't think entirely are needed. I don't think they're needed at all, but they do make your potential favorite character better. If you're a massive Yoruichi fan and your goal is to max dupe Yoruichi, I guess in that situation you would want to use these items, 2,000 of these, for a duplicate of Yoruichi, or name any other character here, Kisuke, Byakuya, etc. Me personally, though, I'm going to be using all these tokens on a gacha summon tickets. I won't buy them individually. I'll buy it when I, really need them to work towards pity on a limited character banner. Or of course you could use it to buy the limited stamp gacha tickets. And again, 2,000, which is the duplicate of a character like this, is also pretty much pity for a weapon, because weapons in this game are guaranteed in 40 summons. So yeah, definitely spend this currency, at least in my opinion, on the limited gacha tickets whenever you need them. If you're a few of a multi, if you want to summon for a limited character, you might as well use these items on that. The default character tickets you definitely don't need to do. They are more available, significantly more available. So definitely don't even buy these. Even if you're one single away from a temple, a multi, I still personally wouldn't do that. And then for the duplicates, only do that if you really like the character, but I don't think duplicates in this game are entirely needed. Now with that, when you are summoning on banners, you also are getting this currency. This one goes without saying, definitely pick up the summon tickets when you can. They do reset weekly, which I think is actually really good, unless it is monthly, but they all just reset at the end of the month. I think that is the case. Yeah, so this is definitely a monthly exchange, so keep that in mind. But you can get free summons on all 4 types of banners. The limited character, the basic standard character, the limited weapon stamp gacha, and then also the normal stamp gacha ticket. We've gotten plenty of summons throughout the last couple of days, so you can definitely pick those up probably right now. You likely have already gotten it. And then with that, I would probably recommend picking this up too. I feel like this item in particular to ascend character stamps are, one, needed a long time, and also a bit hard to come by. So I would definitely pick that up if you need those. Personally, I would buy an all 50 on my main account once this video is done, if I haven't already done so. And then I guess if you really need to, because again, depending on how much summons you are doing, you're going to be getting a lot of these. I have 760 right now, but I've pretty much done only 5 pulls on this account. If you're in desperate need to max out a character or level up the skill, I guess you could buy it, but personally, I'm not really interested in buying those. But again, you're going to have a lot of resources for this particular shop, so feel free to buy whatever you want. But I guess make sure you do go ahead and buy the gacha summon tickets before they do expire in a week's time or refresh in a week's time. And that's pretty much the only exchange shops that we have access to right now. Again, I'm sure more stuff will be added in the future. So now let's talk about light spending. If you are free to play, even if you're a very light spender, I definitely recommend buying or picking up the monthly cards. For me, it's basically £5 a month. And with that, if you log in every single day, you will be getting 100 spirit jades. So in total, you're getting 3,000 extra spiritual jades a month. That's basically 2 extra multis. These are standards in gacha games, and personally, in games like Withering Waves, for example, I play that game a lot. I don't spend money on that game, but what I do buy is the monthly pass every time I can. The benefit with Bleach Soul Residence, though, is that not only do you, of course, get the 3,000 jades a month if you log in every single day, you also get stamina. It's only 60 a day, but that adds up over time. It really does. So if you are someone that's trying to speed through the game and progress as fast as you can, you will likely already know by now that stamina is an issue, and this is one way to make it a little bit better, to progress a little bit faster. So I do think the monthly card has a lot of value for very, very light spenders, even those that might consider themselves free to play. And while on that too, let's also talk about the Battle Pass. Now, the Battle Pass has 2 variations. You can get the phase training or the extreme training. The extreme training is something that you should only really do if you are a whale, basically, if you're wanting to spend more money for the sake of it. To keep it simple, if you do want to buy the Battle Pass, just buy the cheapest version. The more expensive version just gives you a nameplate, which you definitely do not need. You get extra rewards like paid gems, for example. So if you do want to spend money actively in this game, you might as well buy this one, I guess, if you want to. But the reason you would want to buy the Battle Pass in particular is because, one, you do, of course, get 10 gacha tickets over the course of a month as you do level it up. You will be getting corridor keys to play through that game modes. And then you will most importantly get an elite stamp reveal chest. Now, keep in mind, again, especially if you are free to play, I do like this system. Normally, these type of battle passes for gacha games offer you a weapon at the end, then it's not really that good. In this case, these are actually core important pieces for your SSR characters. So I do like that they do offer that you can pretty much pick anyone that you want. So if you are a massive fan, or if you're really enjoying Sergeant, or let's say Yoruichi, you want to make Yoruichi better, you do, I believe, get to level 30 in the Battle Pass. Well, then you can pick up a core stamp and make her significantly better, in this case, increasing the duration of her ultimate transformation, her Shunko form, by 5 seconds. These are pretty much must-have pieces for your character, so being able to guarantee it and picking the one exactly is actually really good. But keep in mind, again, these are also technically free, so you don't need to feel pressured to buy in the Battle Pass just for this item. The benefit through this system is that it lets you pick the exact one you want. Now, on this particular account, I don't have access to Stamp Corridor. You do get it at level 22, and that is how you can get the core stamps for free, completely free. The thing is, though, the way that stamina system does work, with the RNG nature of the event, you aren't guaranteed the exact one you want. So if you're in a rush and you want, max your character instantly, get their core stamp straight away, I guess you could buy the Battle Pass. But if you're going through the free-to-play mindset, you don't want to spend money whatsoever, even on a Battle Pass, you can get the core stamps through Stamp Corridor as a game mode for free. It just might take a bit long, depending on the RNG. But eventually, you will collect all the core stamps, and eventually, over time, duplicates. Even if you are a playing player, or maybe in the future you do want to buy the battle pass and you do own all of these, you can buy this item, which is stated here, a substitute item for 6-star stamp ascension. This seems to be quite the rare item. I've not yet come across it, so this will be one way to potentially pick that up. But at the same time, these effects too also do get stronger with duplicates, so maybe more reason to, buy the battle pass, even if you do have access to all 6 weapon stamps for the base SSRs. Fortunately though for us, this battle pass doesn't seem to end at the end of the month. It is still lasting 25 plus days. So even if you are free to play and you maybe just start now and you don't want to buy the guaranteed extra 10 levels, which again, I completely understand and encourage, you should still be able to finish the battle pass. Lucky for us too, with the way the battle pass does work, is that it's not daily quests. You have weekly quests and season quests. So if you don't want to play every single day, that's fine. As long as you're doing these, for example, you should be able to finish the battle pass in just under 24 days. Now, saving this for the end of the video because this is more so talking to the maybe minority, those that want to spend money in this game. I would say the limited time bundles are actually pretty decent. This one is in particular for the Rising Black Moon, so Ichigo, and it seems like likely this will be happening every time we do get a limited time banner, which I guess is good for the pay-to-players, or whales, or dolphins even, because these are actually pretty decent value where you do get a multi. For £9, at least compared to other gacha games, that's actually pretty decent, and you can buy that 4 times. You buy 2 here, and you can buy the exact same one again 4 times. So £40 on average for 40 summons, if this is a reoccurring trend, every time a new character comes out, is actually really good for, again, dolphin players that do want to spend money, but not too much, and try and have the best chance to get every new character. Spending money on gacha games is a very expensive thing. It's a lot more expensive on other games, so this doesn't seem too bad. And then this one is 20 summon tickets, but at the same time, you're also getting stamina recovery and also pay gems. A decent amount too. So this is actually free multis for the most part, which I think is actually pretty decent value as far as gacha games are concerned. But with that, and even if you are someone that is maybe buying this on a monthly basis, you do get 300 pay gems. Definitely keep onto those, because what you can do is come to here, and you can actually transfer those paid gems into free gems, while also getting summon tickets on the default banner. I don't think I've ever seen something like this. Normally, it'll be 680 paid gems for 8 summon tickets, so you're pretty much not losing anything of value. You're keeping the same gem count. Sure, it's not a paid gem anymore, it's still free. Basically the same value as far as summoning is concerned, while also getting gacha tickets. So that's actually pretty decent. If you do go ahead and pick up any type of pack, especially these ones, definitely come down to the gift pack here and just pick up basically free summon tickets. The weekly packs, again, I guess you can buy if you want to. I just don't really see the appeal in that. And I guess because this is a new account, I haven't unlocked it yet, but there are also packs for like $20, I believe, for you to get extra rewards depending on how far you progress into the story and also character or account level. Feel free to buy that if you want to. Again, don't feel pressure, you don't need to. But main takeaway, quickly recapping the video, buy the free stamina when you can. It's available every single day. Only spend your spiritual jades on gacha tickets, whether that's the character one or the weapon one. Personally, for me, the only time I'm going to spend this currency is, again, on limited gacha tickets. I don't think it's worth spending 2,000 for a duplicate, and I don't think, of course, it's worth buying the normal gacha tickets. For this one, of course, every single month, buy the gacha tickets, also buy the stamp ectoplasm, and then feel free to buy anything else. If you're a very light spender, the monthly card does offer pretty good value in my opinion. And the battle pass is also pretty good too, although definitely not needed. The reward at the end of the paid pass is an item that you can get for free, but the advantage is that it does let you select the one you want exactly. And then if you're a paying player, these potentially reoccurring featured packs, maybe every time a new character does come out, does offer really good value as far as money spent compared to most gacha games I have played. I'm actually relatively surprised about these particular packs. But either way, that's the video for today. Spend responsibly. And I know making videos like this is quite a touchy subject when it comes to spending money in a gacha game. I think it's important to talk about, but definitely at no point should you feel pressured to spend money on a free-to-play mobile game that is pretty much strictly focused on PvE content.